Coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. We're here with Yonbo again. He's very handsome. He's just so strong. I'm not very good, but he's still pretty good whenever I'm using him on account of his strength. So we can go to Hexoatl like now. We've beat up all of their armies right here, but I think what we actually want to do... I don't know, maybe... Yeah, maybe this will be good enough, yeah, because we can just... Yeah, I think a delay is not necessary, and thus we should probably just go in. Of course, the walls of Hexoatl could be a problem. Hello, Marshmallow. How are you? But, you know, we have a pretty big force here, and, like, what's inside that can beat Yonbo in a fight? I mean, we'll just put him in human form, and he'll be okay. Yeah, we should be fine. I am worried about the walls a little bit, but we can have Yonbo... you know, flying for that. We should probably be fine. You know, they just have... They don't even have, like, special walls. They just have their normal thing. They have projectiles, rays of light. I think those are, like, the really good walls. We'll figure it out. Look, if we don't do it now, like, how much do you even heal in a turn, right? I mean, some... But would we be any better off for them getting a chance to defend it? I don't think so. So let's just... So we move here. We could get like a decisive victory auto-resolve. And honestly, I'm just going to take it because, you know, this is just sort of like a small siege, and I don't feel like it. So, yeah, there we go. We get beat up pretty bad, but end up winning. And, importantly, get to continue on. Alright, we're just going to occupy it. Because what we have to do... Oh, wow, this place makes us a lot of money. Good, good. Oh, sweet. My favorite thing. We get a 2-use summon for those halberd warriors. I am the happiest boy. Because we weren't even using a thing there, really, not really, and now we'll have a couple of Bound Warrior summons that Yonbo can drop when he dives in the back or something. Love it. And we'll give him the torque, because why not? Alright, so now our wizard has a great moonbird, which is going to make them, you know, more mobile, more defensible, higher hit point pool, you know, once they get healed up. Very, very nice stuff, and then we're just gonna... Yeah, you know, they don't have, like, a combat tree, so it won't take too long to basically max them for normal purposes. Speaking of, we've got this problem going on down here. We're just going to grab an Astromancer up here, because we have access to, like, a ton of them, yes. And... And we start him at level 6, which is excellent, and we're just going to run him down here to join that army. And we'll replace this lord, who can turn into a dragon, I think. Maybe not. No, they're called dragon-blooded, but I think that just means they use the dragon magic. Anyway. Yeah, I guess it's just the children of the Emperor that turn into dragons, because they are dragons. I remember. Anyway, so... We're going to move him right... If we move to encampment for a little bit of bonus, no, irrelevant. Yeah, because we can go up with Yonbo next turn and get a lot more going. So we'll just move like right here and recruit. Do we even want a Lancer for this army? I mean, one would be good at the risk of being expensive in an army whose whole purpose is not to be... You know what would be better? 2 peasant horsemen. Yeah. Because they do everything that the Lancer would do. And they have Vanguard. And they're cheaper. Alright, we're just going to keep on... You know, let's take the... No, we're going to keep on boosting the power. One more and we become the jury. That'll be good. That'll be nice. I don't think this guy's going to be able to do anything with what he's got going on, but, you know, I've been wrong before. Alchemist hero we can finally recruit. I don't know what these guys do. They're metal wizards. Well, now I know what these guys do. Okay. Sweet. I love metal wizards. Alright, so they have an activated ability that buffs people and can do poison or piercing or whatever. Most importantly, of course, they have Final Transmutation overcasted, which probably makes them worth taking in an army. Probably. Alright, Pahawk's leveling up seems right. And we're just going to go ahead and recruit a lord here, a Celestial General, because they're amazing. I love them so much, and we're going to get more armor and weapon strength, or defense and phys resist. We'll take the power, and then just start recruiting. You know, maybe we should have went one down to get somewhere else. Alright, so... no. And then he'll recruit for a few turns there, and then if anybody of the lizards tries to come in, at least it won't be a totally naked garrison. And we'll move up probably the metal caster to him. Compass is still helping out our stuff with that. You know, maybe we should be going towards the growth or the control thing, but I kind of like having the casualty replenishment, because I'm bad. Anyway, can we finally end the turn? Yes, we can finally end the turn. Because what we need is to get, like, an artillery piece or, like, a couple of crane gunners. But am I even building the buildings that let me get those things? I don't think so. Yeah, so to get crane gunners, I can just build... oh, never mind. I'm upgrading it... never? Alright, so apparently I don't know when I recruited them. Maybe I broke the building down? Anyway, not ideal. We're going to get rid of this one. And go towards that. How did I even get these units? Did I say, oh, I don't want to build these and break it before I realized crane gunners were in the line? I don't guess it matters. Maybe it was down here. I really don't remember. Anyway. There's a lot of things I don't remember about what happened here. Alright, so the lizard is probably trying to ambush me. Little does he know I'm happy to stay at home. We can just go to ambush outside the pillars, maybe, and see if we can induce him to move too far out. And bushwhack him. Karakadrin gets destroyed. We get a 20% base missile damage boost for our bows, which is awesome. Just very, very awesome. And this is going to give us 25 armor and 4 defense for Peasant Longspearmen. I totally want to juice up these guys so far. I don't know how far they can go. I'm not going to even look. We're going to find out. There are 160 model count units, so if you can make them good, they're going to be very good indeed. You compare them to a normal infantry unit that's, you know, just going to have like 100 units in it or something. Alright, so there's a Croxy here who is mustering. Are we going to be able to get him? Not this turn, not this turn. Well, he'll have one turn of recruitment, which really isn't that good. We can move to take Skeggy instead, but do we have anything in this army that can knock down the door? Yeah, we don't have a siege attacker in this army. I think Yonbo's the attacker here, because, yeah, the Jade Lion doesn't have it. The Celestial Lion does. I'm loath to give it up. Well, I guess we don't have to. Alright, so here... Look, you can't trust Marathi farther than you can throw her, but... we might just sell her that. I don't know. We could just... once we finish this up, we can just park an army up there, because we need to hold Hexoatl. We're going to get rid of this building. And that'll give us some money. We need one more turn of recruitment. No, we can just go up to Fallen Gates right here and take it. Yeah, that'll be the play. Because if we can't make it there this turn, we can just go to encampment, and that'll give us plenty of movement to hit Skeggy next turn, even if we want. But we'll probably just deal with one turn recruitment there. And then this guy is trying to build up, but of course we'll be able to... oh, right, the camera reset again. Don't rant about it. Don't rant about it. Merely adapt. Yeah, because if we can move in and take Hexoatl, but again, we don't have Siege Attacker, so it'll take more than one turn to get in through the wall, but they are going to have a very weak garrison anyway, so... Alright, so we gotta take that one. Hexoatl. The Southern Sentinels, and the Star Tower. So it's sort of far-flung from the center here. We don't have to take any of this middle stuff, so it's okay. It actually looks like this war that Gorok is having against the Huntsmen is going very, very poorly for him, which is great. Like, Itza's only got only eight settlements. Okay, well, it's not going super great for the forces of truth and righteousness then, but you know, it'll work out maybe. Yonbo moves down to Maku Peaks first to wrap that up and then comes back up. I think that's probably the play. But Fallen Peaks does have a Croxicor recruitment building and the thing that lets them... oh, it's going to have Temple Guard there. Yeah, we should fight that before they get anything else in it. We're going to fight this manually because I think the auto-resolve would really beat up on us for it. So Temple Guard are halberd, shielded, armored, high, you know... halberds all have anti-large and armor piercing. Having a halberd means you have primary armor piercing. But they're the elite infantry of the lizard men. They are super high leadership. They don't break. They've got, you know, Guardian. They've got a lot of good stuff. However, we've got Yonbo. And we'll just keep him on foot where he has almost 10,000 hit points. We'll just run him up and start brawling. It'll be great. It'll probably be good. And importantly, although they are armored, beast fighters, silver shielded, do good damage, they don't have but 31 melee attack. Their bonus versus large is 16, which is really good. So we'll try not to give them any large targets. Our Moonbird Wind guy now has... okay, so it has like a moon dive thing. And of course, Yonbo now has a halberd summon. Oh, man. This campaign is starting to go so good. Let's stop talking and start adapting. Remember, we need to ring the bell on the drum once we start. You can't do it beforehand. I keep forgetting. We can set it up here and then we'll just move it where we need it to be. So 2 Temple Guard on the flank there, which means we'll just stick Yonbo up front. These are the guys that absolutely can't go around Temple Guard at all, as is this guy. We'll put the Celestial Guard in the back because, well, they're beat up, but we do want to get something out of them. Nangao Grenadiers, who may never get any work at all, we're gonna put them on the flank here, and we're gonna try to make them work. I want to believe. Alright, so here we'll do armor and charge defense. Yeah, seems good. And Yonbo is always just like being Lubu about it, always just talking the most trash. Just having a time. Executioner can't hit anybody that's on this map, so we're just going to move forward here. And we just need to not move into, dragon form, and then we'll be okay. They don't have, like, anything to hurt this guy either, so we can just go in. With spell intensity, this wind spell is going to do twice as much as normal, which is good. Very good indeed. We're just going to get this summon down real quick, and we'll rear charge into these Temple Guard if they let us. And the bombardment from the Moonbird does great. Oh, we're eating charges from the Skink Cohort Javelins. That'll be fine. We will just go right overhead and drop it like it is hot. Boom, there's a bombardment. Good stuff. We're gonna rear charge spears? No, heaven save me from my own choices. There we go. We're gonna go up here and try to grenade the dudes. Iron Hail Gunners are going. Everybody else is shooting. Feels good. The drum is beating. This summit is doing great, and Yonbo is tying up these fellas here. You know, he's doing okay. Now, what is not okay is, well, we actually win this fight against the Sword of Spears, and actually the Grenadiers are doing good work against the Temple Guard. We just need to get these spears on behind them. And then, probably move back with the Grenadiers here. Yeah, let's just reposition there. No reason to give up a good position after all. Yonbo's just grinding and having a good old time. You know, he has absolutely no problem grinding with Temple Guard all day long. Most units in the game can't say that, but he's got the regen, you know. He's got everything that he needs. This Peasant Long Spear, very beat up. We'll just move it to the back, try to make sure he's okay. Alright, and now... a Wind Blast onto the spears should definitely break him. And then, this is a terror-causing bird? Yeah, this is a terror-causing caster now, which is my favorite thing. Man, you know, they're not heavily armored. They don't have, like, that much resistance to much. They don't have any special amounts of resistance that I can tell. What they do have is mobility and, you know, a bombard ability on top of that. And I'm so glad we were able to fight this army without anybody home. Definitely helps out. So Yonbo, you know, he's already got 800 value, and he could do this all day. I guess, like, one way to do it is you could fit your whole army into the trees and then just like try to grind down with Yonpo. That would be the cheese, I guess. That would be the meat and potato this play. But I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy. I'm not bold enough to cheese. Not that brave. Alright, we're just gonna wait just a little bit for Yonbo to get his HP back. No, I don't actually think that's important, right? Yeah, it shouldn't be because... yeah, shouldn't be. There's not going to be another fight. I don't think Marathi's going to come bushwhack. It's not in, like, one turn, certainly. You know, it's probably one of those, now you said it type of things, but we'll see. I think we just need to shed this Grenadier as soon as we get the opportunity. I don't think they're a bad unit. I don't know. I don't think I'm good enough to use them well. I've got some bad friendly fire in the past. We're just going to occupy here. Alright, so Grand Hierophant Katep. There are Tomb Kings to the north. And that is interesting. So how much does he have? He has 9 settlements. If we can make friends with DJ Katep against Marathi, potentially against Marathi, then that'll give us an excellent buffer here in the lands to the north with a couple very, very wealthy settlements. Because that's the thing, like, Hexoatl's got this excellent gold mine. It's nice. I think we're going to break this. And build, like, a wall or something, maybe? We should break this as well, yeah. That way we'll keep harmony in the province. Because there's no balance at all right now. We can get another Jade Warrior crossbow. Which means... okay, yeah. So let's make this army a little better. We're going to ditch the Grenadier. Feels bad, but, you know, what are you going to do? Jade Warrior crossbow. It'd be better to have one with a shield. But we can't get one here in one turn, which means we're not going to get it. We do finally have enough places now where we can get single-turn recruitment on long spears and peasant archers from global, which is very excellent. That's super good. You know, it's a little more expensive, but being able to replenish a bunch of units in an army, nothing quite like it. Do we want to get any cavalry? I don't think so. I think we just keep the Longma Riders for anything like that, and then use this slot for a Jade Warrior crossbow, because they're armored. They don't have a ton of hit points, you know, they're an archery unit, but they are armored, and you know, they have a slightly longer range, and so maybe we can you know, stick them a little bit further forward than the peasants, you know. I don't know, but we'll see how they end up shaking out in the battle. He gets jury. I guess I should take this because spell intensity works for everyone, huh? And that would be very smart. Look at me playing super bad. It's alright. Yeah, we just need to definitely not lose this army because... oh, that's right, because now that I noticed... so we can get 2 more peasant spears for this army to get the front line back in better shape. And here... yeah, we'll just take that little thing and next turn jump in here and try to take Hexoatl. You know, this campaign seems like it's going pretty good. And the caravan is about to arrive at Myrmidons, which means I should get another sweet item for my collection. I love having a collection. And I'm pretty psyched about this guy's future, because even, like, with these base Moonbird stats, the Great Moonbird, like, is pretty good. It's got that air bombard ability. You know, once we take the range discipline, you know, it'll have 25 missile resist, which is fine. We can get these numbers way up. There's so many faction mechanics I just don't understand anything about Cathay, but I actually love the faction. As I talk about a lot, like I really like Chinese history, and I'm quite interested in the aesthetic, and I think combined arms is great, even if I'm bad at it. And turning into a dragon is objectively very excellent, and just about the coolest thing. Clan Eshin gets obliterated, yeah. Everything gets popped in Cathay there. Alright, so we get to Myrmidons, and we get grant of land, income from all buildings, 5% in all provinces. Huh. I mean, okay. Brutal Business is activated for 20 base weapon damage for everyone. That'll make our spears hit super hard, but of course we'll make all of the lizards hit in supercharged fashion as well. Alright, so... Well, that went okay. I would have hoped for an even cooler thing, but we'll just... And anybody can wear this grant of land, so we'll give it to him. Actually, if we put a defensive thing here... Yeah, you know, defenses will be nice. And here, so if we build this building for 13k... We'll get reserves per turn, spell resist, and yeah, this is basically what we're supposed to do with the campaign, right? So I've never done the campaign. I don't know if like some army comes at it or whatever. But if we don't do it, then we just... No, because we would just get rid of this. Build a garrison with the crossbows. So a yin garrison. And then we'll just do like a yang... Oh wow, you can get +6 recruitment rank to them. That is so good. Oh my goodness. And 80% reduced cost. Why do I not even know what goes on in the factions that I play? These are questions. Anyway, we're going to take income here, and it's got to be a yang one because we're doing a yang one. Yang. Alright, so Rohajar moves... here to garrison Skeggy, which means we need to get them. Yeah. Which means we need to get them. Do we have a good way to do this? Oh, no, I don't think so. Actually, yeah, we can just... Yeah, this doesn't have a port, does it? No, alright, so we can just take this one right now. Alright, here we can either, like, sack it and back out, or just raise it, push Hexy on the back foot, and force his army to come from Skeggy all the way over to Hexoatl. But... yeah, you know, we're kind of doing this thing where we get the Moonbird on the Wizard, good stuff. We're kind of doing this thing, or trying to, where we play more traditionally by trying to hold and defend land, you know. So, you know, Marathi is definitely not going to like us on her doorstep. But maybe she'll get over it eventually. Alright, this guy is here in recruiting, and I don't really think we can beat him there. You know, it's not going to be the end of the world if we're here. Also, if we're in ambush, then maybe Rakarth would, you know, feel too frisky about it. But Itza's getting pushed back. At least it looks that way. So we'll see how it all turns out. Yanbo just needs to move down in this direction. Hexy, no, it's right here. Yeah, because the province is the name of the thing, but it's also the name of the faction. Yeah, I don't see a reason to drop the peasant archers for the Jade Warriors here. And not least because they're rank 7. Which makes them, you know, quite nice. And in one short level, we will get the Righteous Lances of Wei Jin, who are great long arrivers with primary armor piercing. So... Oh, and Guardian. Hilarious stuff. Very funny indeed. Alright, so this guy will get a vortex around him. And messes with people's combat ability. But it's this is the best lord. I just love this one so much. Good stuff. All right, we're gonna take the missile resist. If you're flying, you should take the missile resist. The caravan guide is doing fine. You know, we're just gonna. You know, look at him still being a caravan guy. I don't actually know how to. Oh, you can just get another one. Okay, because this one's returning. Alright, a bunch of weird Empire units, which is fine. We'll take this one. Alright, so... Frozen Landing, well that's a dwarf again. Gizaru, that's a vampire again. I don't know if it's different depending on, like, who the person is there, but... I would hope to get... Well, you know, maybe... I'm not sure if it's the place or if it's the faction that you meet up with. Well, we'll just send one to Altdorf and see what happens. We haven't sent one to the Empire of Man, I don't think. Alright. We'll see what happens there. Once, I guess, the caravan gets to somewhere, you can have another active one immediately, which is nice. We're just gonna go to ambush to, you know, annoy the lizards whenever we come out of ambush. That's what's hot on the streets. That's what the people want to see. Annoying the lizards. We are working so far with a tier 1 army with just a little sprinkling from the original recruitment. It's fine. It's fine. Look, we got very lucky with how the early game went. Mazda wants a peace treaty. He doesn't, though. Imagine how he's going to feel when he figures out what I'm going to build in his town. Oh, he's going to be mad. But I am not required to care. Alright, we are going to pay the toll because every time we fight, we lose. And anyway, we're just gonna... This is gonna make Goldtooth like us better. Maybe eventually his guys will stop trying to rob me. Nice dream. So we're gonna replace this lord with a celestial general. Martial artist seems good. I love these guys. Look, they're just solid. They're good. They're good guys. This ability's so good. It's so good. I forget to do it a lot, but they're very strong, and they get a very amazing mount later. I haven't used one on the mount yet, but I know it's good. It's got to be good. I have to believe. All right. Everything here is fine. If we just build... We don't need a wall at the ziggurat, right? Yeah, we'll build a gunner thing here, and then we'll be able to get one later, and we'll recruit crane gunners from here. Seems fine. Seems okay. Alright, so we're gonna build this now, and... see what happens when we get this done. The siphoning tower, it cost a whole lot of money, but hopefully it'll all be worth it. There we go. We're going to give the AP to these guys and the 20 leadership to these guys. They're 107 leadership. You know, actually all the peasants in this army have 87 leadership anyway, which is crazy. Like, I love the peasants long spearmen in this army. And, of course, we do have, like, brutal business, so the weapon damage is all askew. But yes, hooray, victory conditions. They could theoretically be pursued. And we now control the isthmus. The isthmus. And it's currently harmonious, but when the walls finish, it won't be anymore. And then we'll, I don't know, break that one. Look, I haven't played Cathay before. I didn't remember it working this way. I mean, I've played Cathay before. I haven't played them extensively, and not, like, recently at all. Yeah, so we need, like, walls anyway here. And more crossbows. So now we built this, and now we're going to break it. That seems fine. You know, actually, you get most of your money back anyway, whatever. And then we'll build a harmonious building there, because, you know, I'm all about my harmony. How do I figure on securing my border with Nagarund? Making friends with DJ Katep. We're just, because he's got 10 settlements somehow, so we're just going to bro down real hard up here with the Tomb Kings. You can trust him. He's a good guy. You sort of get distracted by the shiny gold and forget that he's a, skeleton. That can happen to anyone. After all, underneath the bones of the dragon, is there not a skeleton as well? If you prick him, does he not bleed? I mean, maybe not. It's tough to say. Hath not DJ Katep lips? Hath he not ears? Well, maybe not lips. Alright, so this guy is a Croxy Ancient, which are hysterically good at fighting infantry. I think, as far as level 1 lords go, they've got to be high up there. Man, this dude is getting strong already. You know, that one turn that we let him get here, I think now we've just got to run away, right? We'll run back to Hexoatl, and Yonbo's army can deal with them. let's just cancel that. Oh, we could go back to Port Reaver. With Port Reaver's a garrison of 11, we could beat him with a full stack, I think, probably. And then if he tries to move to Hexy, we should be able to get there in a turn and notice. And this will also put him in a position to roll over and take Monument of the Moon, because these should be the last little things. Oh, the thing about Tomb King Lore, the meme. Oh, sorry. You know, I forget because my brain is so, like, Turin-brained. Because he has, like, the Casket of Souls eventually, and it looks like he's spinning little, like, DJ discs on there when he's shooting everything around. And that was just, like, the source of it. Like, I think is how it meant. But, like, Turin basically exclusively calls him DJ Caught Up whenever he's going, and I watch him so much that, like, if you watched him, you'd probably be like, wow, you're really derivative. I just can't help it. But yeah, but that's the meme. I don't know if it's wide spread or if it's just Turin's. But I mean, he's got what, like 180 million, 180,000 million. Geez, what are numbers? Subs. So not like an obscure guy, of course. But yes, the Grand Hierophant. Katep. But you see him all the time in competitive. Well, you used to. You don't see him so much anymore. It's like a lot of Ark in the Black now. And Cetron the Sphinx. If people were classier, they'd play Khalida and lose. But they aren't bold enough. Alright, here we want negative campaign movement. We could just take the research rate. Even though these other ones are very good. Yeah, research rate seems fine. After all, some of these research things that we're getting are very amazing, and speeding it up even by another turn or two could definitely help us out. Because, like, one turn from now, we're getting 25 armor peasant long spear men increase, which is going to juice them up a lot. Like, 40 armor is not nothing. 40 armor is good. It's 25 more than 15. Ask me some other facts about the number 40 armor. It's pretty good. So, are we harmonious? We are not acrimonious? Good, good. The problem is that... It's like, if we have a military presence here at Fallen Gates, I think it'll probably be fine. And Marathi won't be bothering with us as long as she's engaged with the entire donut. For right now, we're probably okay. But maybe, you know, maybe we need to fight her some and push her back a little bit and get DJ. Wasn't it Khalid who wants to fix? Maybe. I didn't read the book where they met if they were around. Because there's what, like 15 of them? I only read like 6. But that's like Felix, you know, he is writing the books, but women want to be with him and men want to be him. You know, he's a regular Austin Powers, Felix is. I should be clear, I like him. It's just funny when you notice it. You're like, oh right, he is supposed to be the one that's sort of doing this, like, in like the diegetic sense. One of them Tomb Kings. Khalida seems the most likely. I have tried to do her campaign on very hard several times. Not ever on easier things, but several times. Alright, so there's another Ogre Kingdoms fight. I think we just pay him off again. Yeah, this is a lead belcher, scrap launcher. Yeah, we only have 9 units and they have almost a full stack. We'll just pay up. Alright, so... faction-wide Lord Recruit rank, that's very nice. We just want to check over here and see if there's something, like, pretty dang good that we've missed so far. Armor for those guys is okay. Melee attack when defending is fine. Upkeep is good. Horses, upkeep, sacking. Because if we just move forward... Yeah, I think we should be... Yeah, we'll just move further up, because if we get to, like, here, then we're going to be able to get Astromancers that are, like, rank 10 out of recruitment, and that's almost high enough to ride a Moonbird. So we'll probably just go that way. And some of the stuff we get around the road. Around the road, along the way, will be there good, too. Righteous Lances of Wei Zhen. These dudes are awesome. They're so strong. We're probably not going to... Oh, that's right, and Mazda's going to go there. You know, maybe we can't defend Port Reaver with this garrison. Say it's funny that way, because Felix is just the whole story. He's kind of lame while doing the legendary stuff, and Romancing Women who immediately dies. Exactly, yeah, sort of like humility. It's like, well, you know, I can't take all the credit after all. She did get killed by a dragon. She got better. Alright, we're just going to move to Hexoatl here. Well, no, they can't get all the way to Port Reaver. And we can get to Hexy with, like, a ton of movement range. It seems okay. We might be able to... You know, well, you can go up here to support already. Or rather, we can go here to steal the Monument of the Moon. Assuming we can beat the garrison. That's like a bunch of skinks and stuff, and we've got the Lord. We might be able to win that fight. We could win the fight if we got the Righteous Lances of Wei Zhen, I tell you what. We also have a wizard. It's a metal wizard, so we got Searing Doom already. It's a 6-mana Searing Doom, but it's Searing Doom, and that's really good. You know, we gotta be aggressive, be aggressive. We were too passive here for a bit. But here we go, we're gonna ditch this Spearman. And hook this Astromancer up. Ho ho ho! There's the man himself. Gorok on the road. We're gonna hope that he's trying to go over here and fight them. He's probably headed for me. Let's go ahead and... Well, you know, we can decline the ambush now. Look, Gorok is only level 18 right now. Gorok's only level 18 right now. So that's okay. He's only got 38 physical resist right now. He's just incredibly difficult to deal with. Yeah, turn 35, level 18. It's not so bad. You know, we kept him in check. Mazda's only level 19. He's kept in check, you know. It's, we've got Mazdamundi thoroughly on the back foot, because even if he pushes up a bit, as long as we just don't lose Hexoatl, when Yonbo's army comes up, we'll be able to mop up, go, and then it's... I don't actually know if we have to hold on to these sites. I mean, I'm going to try to. Hexoatl's an incredibly lucrative province, and I certainly would question ever abandoning it on purpose, but... Cigarette of Dawn, yeah, 4 turns, that wall's not getting built. You have to hold on to it. That makes sense. But yeah, like, I would be totally... I mean, it's just such a good position, too. You know, even if you lose the other ones, you've got this. If you just, like, stick, like, a good army in it, it's going to take them a big chunk of problems to deal with it. And ideally, you would be able to help out before then. Alright, so do we want to just... If we go here... we went the wrong way here. We should have force marched him up in that direction, and then he could have moved down here to hit the monument. This will still be fine. We'll probably win. We'll probably recruit the ROR into that army, and Alright, we're going to take the spell intensity before I forget again, because spell intensity is for everybody, I think. I think spell intensity is like for the map-wide thing. Maybe it's not. Alright, so we... Can we get anything done here? Let's try. Can we just beat up one unit of cavalry? We've got our halberd summon. Alright, so if we just have these guys, like, over here, then they won't be able to see us because we're very clever and totally hidden in the trees. And then we'll be able to shoot them when they try to flank and drop a halberd and maybe get, like, some damage on a cold one. Seems fine. Oh, they don't have any Cold Bone Riders on that side. Well, maybe we'll kill a skink. No, there it is. Alright, we're just gonna go like so. This is prime, totally fair play behavior. Alright, we're just gonna shoot at the skink cohort and start wasting ammo then. And a huge banishment. We're not able to move around in time. Of course we aren't. Why would we be? Alright, so our attempt to get some damage on the cold ones, not happening at all. Let's just drop a halberd here and see what we can do. Hey, at least the Ancestral Warriors are winning their fight. Harmonic Convergence cast on the Cold One Riders for a huge stat boost, of course. We're still just trucking on them here, so hey, even if we get one of these big cav down, then that is worth doing the auto-resolve, because otherwise they would just get all of their stuff back, right? Right. We got 5 more seconds here. You know, we're not going to kill the unit, but we get 17 models out, and those are models we won't have to fight in the future. We're going to be able to get maybe a few more out of these archer shots. Actually, several more. No. I mean, down to 28. Should have put the Jade Warriors to, probably stand to lose Fallen Gates. Yeah. And we can just give it to Katep and swing the military alliance with it. Although a defensive alliance might be slightly better. Because then when Marathi goes to move on us, we'll already have him on our side. Oh, sorry, I meant if Marathi. If. Marathi. What a lady. What a lady. Of course, getting the sword that came with her is its own wonderful reward. Alright, we get a nice trade agreement. Hey, Dong and Tuli actually have enemies. Yeah, you know, that's smarter. Ziggurat Dawn is lost. And Lord Mazda is here. Of course, he can't get to either of these locations yet. But Yonbo absolutely has to deal with this fight now. Because this army is going to be wide. It's not going to be able to, like, solve the problem, I don't think. But it's going to be tough. And here, we're just going to move on forward. We should be able to get there next turn. And we're going to be able to get our single turn recruitment You know, oh, we've got 3 global slots now. Sick. We've always had 3. Anyway. I'm like, wait, no, we've always had 3. I remember. It's 2 local ones that we have without the commandment. Alright, so Gorok is going, like, home or something, maybe? Maybe he's just, like, ripping the face off Rockhearth. Because this Sentinel, man, if we can make friends with these dwarves down here, that'll be fun. That'll be very funny indeed. Because obviously we've got to take this, because this is where you build Turtle Tower. This is where... Oh, it's another spell resistance. So you get all 4 of these, and then you get, like, basically just 60% spell resist on your whole army? Seems good. Seems pretty good. Alright, speaking of seems good, Yonbo. Yonbo seems good. Alright, they have 5 units of Cold One Riders. Yeesh. Yeesh. And everybody... Oh, that's right. Weapon strength is juiced. This is going to be rough. Because Skinks with 45 weapon strength, that's super rough. That's why we crumbled in the trees so fast. Man. Well, let's see how it goes. Because they have a much bigger army than us here. Oh, never mind. It's a settlement matter. We're fine. Huh, okay. I feel okay now. You know, you can go from intimidated to feeling totally okay just by realizing that they're not going to charge at you, and you can fight them all face-to-face with Yonbo. I will just walk him up and start hitting people with a sword. We're going to get a cinematic fight here, guys. You know, it's a shame that people often don't play these maps, because look how cool it is. Like, it's gorgeous. And then you just choose, like, one place to go on if you're me. Like, look at this. Like, there's such care put into it, and then, like, do I ever look? Do I ever see the amazing gong? Do I ever stop to look at the lizardman plaques that I am here to destroy? No, you know, because that's not me. I'm from Cathay. It's all dragons, or I'm not going to care. Alright, let's get to it. Yonbo is going to walk up and knock on the door, because he is a gentleman. And I don't care who hears me say it. Because, like, literally I'm just going to, like, walk up into him, right? Oh, they got Cold One Spear Riders. Those weren't the Cold One things. These are, like, the... We got the heavy cavalry. We got the Saurus riding velociraptors. They aren't velociraptors. Don't come at me. It's just a meme. And here the anti-large variant. They look even cooler with spears, of course. You know who doesn't care? Yon freaking Bo. Charge! And now we're gonna get to see him in his natural habitat, blowing the horn of war. We're just gonna drop a halberd summon on top of these dudes here. And give us this huge ward save. With the spell intensity, it gives him a 73% ward save when it's clicked on. And then we're just going to come over here, and as is tradition, just start melting the foe. And of course now our archers can shoot in, and this is how a gentleman sieges in Total War. You know. Also, we're gonna do a little bombardment here. We're just gonna go right over top of them, and then you click the button, you see... and then you just, like, buffet the ground in pain. It's very nice. It is fashionable and stylish. It makes you feel good. Yanbo just is continuing to have an absolute party. Because this is really living, right? These guys, man, we need something with restock, because these dudes are, like, absolutely willing and able to ditch everything in their arsenal in just a short amount of time. I mean, they get the kills, right? They have, in like, 1,400 value, but, you know, it's just the ammo. The ammo, it's just going away. And of course, we have the Jade Amulet here on this guy, so we have functionally unlimited Winds of Magic as well. Because normally your reserves are capped, right? At a certain point in the battle, you're not going to get any more ever. But there are items and abilities that give you more, and they're all pretty good. One of them is this rare item, this Jade Amulet that we wear, and it's real nice. I wish I had another regenerating item. I wish I had like 8 more regenerating items for Hall of Lords. Look, you say sticker barracks in there as is tradition. Indeed, indeed. You know, that's the way to do it. Man, you know, I know I said it when we got here, but I am very comforted that this was a siege battle because it lets me do the cheese. Look, I don't love cheesing in field battles, but in a siege, it just feels like you're literally doing it wrong if you take a bunch of losses. And not least that we have to, like, immediately go up and fight Mazda's army and another one right after this. So we don't want to get too beat up, as we've been getting a little beat up. But we don't have to, like, just crawl, you know. We're gonna march our way up the battlefield. Oh, we're getting shot by that tower. Let's march away from that tower, shall we? There are Pterodon riders there. That means we are going to send our Air Force over and pop them. This is going to be a real pro gamer move. Oh, there's a Bastille over there. Let's not and say we did. An absolutely huge wind blast, just really laying the beat down. Oh, let's pop this tower. Here we go. My arrows are probably shooting at it, which is, you know, fine, but a little wasteful. We have monsters that are perfectly capable and happy to fire on them. These skink cohort's going to walk right into a big old wind blast. Feels good. And we're actually going to go ahead and drop the Empress Chrome in there. Longma Riders to get there. Man, Yonbo. So, when he fights, he does these wonderful things. I mean, right now you're not seeing it, right? He's not really... There we go. Yeah, do the stuff, Yonbo. Yeah! Look at that! Look at the swirly move. I love him so much. It's just like the part of me that only wants to play Dynasty Warriors for the rest of my life, even though it's not that fun gameplay, wishes there was a button where I just gotta control him and do that, and the AI controlled the army. Oh, it's so much fun. Anyway, I hope nothing bad's been happening while we've been focusing. Or, by focusing, I mean... looking. Focus is quite a word to apply to such a practice, I suppose. It could theoretically be accurate. Oh, the Bastille. Oh, no, 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 no. Alright, let's not go over there. Why did I forget? Alright, we'll go the other way around. I mean, if we can, we might just get murked here. No, we'll be fine. We're gonna get into the... Oh my goodness, we were trying to go the really long way around. That could have been too much fun. I guess Yanbo doesn't have terror in human form, so this terror route from the bird could be good. We'll get like a duel. Yeah, there's one terror route. And we'll just go up the other way. The Bastildon's over here, and I don't want to get shot. The thing about Basties is they are very bad at, you know, shooting around walls and stuff. They don't have an arc. They're a straight shot, that engine is. So we'll be able to, you know, be a little safer. We're gonna Shin's Burning Gaze here. This is gonna be... He's just gonna look at him really hard. Yeah! And knock one of them right off of their bird. Is that a good use of Winds of Magic? No, it is not. I'm glad you asked. Is it cool? A little bit. Not as cool as like having a gaze and a gash, but we don't have one. On account of how we don't know how to look at people that way. Spin off those guys. Run, run, run. Pterodon Riders are so underwhelming. Imagine spinning a whole unit just to, like, waste your ammo on Yanbo. Couldn't be me. We're just gonna walk over in that direction. We'll have a spear on this flank to hold for a bit, and then, oh no we won't. We're gonna walk all the way over there. We don't need anything on that side. Pterodon Riders are gonna try to dive somebody. It's not gonna work though, because really soon we're gonna wheel with these powder units. And they're all gonna fall down. As soon as we shoot them, they're all gonna fall down. You'll see. Yeah, there you go. They don't. They get melted. They don't have a chance to do anything but shatter. Get wrecked. That tower goes down. We're gonna move to this tower here. Those are sort of spears. We don't really want to just charge into them. That's not good. All right, we have provoked them to moving behind their firing lines a little bit. We just want to make sure we're far enough away to where the Basties don't get on us. I can't believe these things don't have terror. I guess they're just like a tier 3 beast, but they look so cool. Tell me you wouldn't want to run away if that came at you. You'd be like, wait, is that... Oh no, it is. Alright, and of course now we're tied up in spears, because I'm an idiot. And life is a nightmare. Alright, we're gonna have to solve this problem by diving on it with all of our troops. And that's how we're gonna save the lion. You know, he's already out. We're gonna solve the problem that's already solved by diving on it with our troops. We're going to dive here, pop the roar, hit the ITP removal, and then we're going to get a chain terror route. Feels good, feels real good. They're stuck over here. We're not taking arty fire or anything, which is good too. I guess there isn't any points on this side to capture, so we chose the funniest way to walk up. And most of the stuff over here is shattered. If they even get, like, kind of close to our guys, they'll probably run away again. Yeah. So a total collapse of this side. This skink cohort, very, very split up. We're going to try to charge him anyway. Actually, that might have the effect of splitting our guy, like, entirely away, because, you know, Total War things. Siege brains. Alright. Oh, the Coldbone Riders moved up here and I didn't notice. Well, you know, they're only getting on the Jade Warrior crossbows. Barely hurt them. We're going to send the Moonbird over there for some backup. Try to get some terror routes going on. We've got another cavalry charge coming in. Time to drop the last of our summons. Great Longbow Riders getting beat on. Empress Crowman getting beat on real bad as well. We need to get our Air Force out. Spears on the cold ones. Everything else around here is breaking, right? These Onyx Crowmen can harry them as they try to run. And now we've got the spears engaged. Feels good. And we're going to go ahead and loop back around with the Longbow Riders. We're not going to give them a reprieve here. We're going to drop it. The Feral Basti, no, the Blessed Basti. Can't keep calling it Feral, it ain't. We need to get our large units over there at it. Alright, this whole side is totally better. We can go ahead and stop worrying about it. The Dune Dragon, they're in here. They're on the bump and grind. They are juiced, you know. They got 110 armor. They got plenty of people backing them up. We just need to go here. We are getting shot up by skinks. Feels terrible. This is okay, though. We got a Onyx... Oh, no, I sent them... I thought for sure I sent the Longbow Riders. Anyway, that's not great. The Longbow Riders didn't go. And we're going to send the Jet Lion over to assist. We're just going to hope that Chao Yu is going to be okay for a bit. You know, it doesn't have good melee attack. It's got a decent bonus versus infantry, but by the time a Bastiladon is fighting against a monster in melee, it's not having a good time. And we're probably about to army loss him, it looks like. And hey, for all that I was saying it was going to be, like, me cheesing the siege, we actually played it, you know, pretty straight up. Sure, we, like, bumped and grind a little bit at the beginning, but then, you know, once we got in. Yonbo, of course, with this 10,000 HP, I'm starting to think that, yeah, what you do is only go to Dragon for mobility or special situations, because, you know... I guess he only got 900 value, but, you know, he didn't get hurt. $2,400 value on these guys. And, of course, like, they run out of ammo, but they get 290 kills. And with that value, they were shooting valuable targets at least some of the time. I don't know if the War Drum is worth a slot in this army, though. I'm not super sure if it's worth a slot in any army, but I don't know if it's worth a slot in this army. Leadership buff's good, but I don't know. I'm unsure. Sharna Sotek inherits the walls, feels good. And this guy is at sea. Fascinating. He's not going to be able to get here in one turn, which means all we got to do is take there next turn. We'll have an army of 18. We can do that. Look, if you can't beat a Lizardman garrison with an army of 18, even with Brutal Business activated, even though they have a lot of skinks, oh no. No, we'll be fine. We'll probably be fine. We'll have Searing Doom. We'll be okay, unless we aren't. Yeah, I'm not interested in losing this army to be like a holding pattern. I don't know if even staying in Port Reaver makes sense. But if it's just Mazda, I don't know. I don't know if I can beat a good army. I've got a Lord that's got, you know, like a good... well, he's only on a Jane Logma right now. He's not on the Celestial Lion. But I guess, you know, he's armored and armor piercing and maybe... You know, we'll... figure it out. I feel scared, but maybe it'll be fine. Ah, Blood Hall levels up. Excellent. So here we just take... the tower... and upgrade the pillar, and then we'll be able to balance the harmony once the wall is built. In here, I think we just, yeah, because they're at war with Rakarth, so if we can just help them out a bit, that could be pretty good, and then act like a total human and betray him later. Alright, we get another level up. We take... yeah, I guess just more attacks seems fine. Missile resist on the birdie. Like one Crowing could be good. I think just like the Peasant Arsenal will be fine. Do we need any Jade Warriors? I mean, compared to a long line of peasants, I don't think so. Maybe one would be good. Maybe two would be good. But I kind of like the army being affordable. Also, we don't have so much money that we can just be throwing it around on these ambitions. Like, what am I doing here? Do we really want to move down and take Chamber of Visions? To what end? To sell it to the dwarves? I mean, not terrible. And then move back up immediately? Not terrible. Do I plan on taking out these peasant mobs, just leaving them as they are? I'm absolutely interested in making them as cool as I can get them. You know, we've already got a couple of tech increases. Like, I think this turn we get the... Maybe it's next turn we'll get... No, we already got it with the thing. Alright, so this caravan, we will take 3 warriors. We already have... What's the magistrate and then 5 melee. I think a couple of archers are good for the army strength, but this will be better in auto resolve. All right, so we would have to keep the ogre on retainer, and we can get recruit rank for 30 turns, but it would cost us 2 grand. We'll just feed the ogre. Ambush foiled. Okay, Lizardman incursion. Alright, the answer is they make 3 armies up, I guess. Man, I shouldn't have built that building. Alright, so there'll be 1 here, and 1 there. But we can do this one immediately, so we ambush this one. At least we're able to deal with 2 of them, and that'll be okay. The drums, yes. I don't remember how to recruit the drums. Like, where are they even at? Don't know what the icon looks like. No, okay, that is the war drum. I'm like, that's the artillery. No, yeah. So it's from that building. Got it. So the magic attacks one, that is unique to the special war drum. I don't think upgrading the walls is that important for the money. Not yet. At least him being there paid off immediately. We'll get an invading army here. But, you know, Yonbo is going to be able to move up to deal with it, and then Hexoatl will be on the back foot, and things will be fine. We just need to win this fight right now. Which we have to take because it thinks we're going to lose this. Maybe we will. Nah, we should be fine. This dude's like a really good fighter. He's got good buffs. We have a wizard. These Pterodon riders aren't going to get any value at all. All we got to do is have a good checkerboard and not get them into the back lines. These peasant archers are going to be able to rip them up. You know, they do have a lot of shields, but not everybody's shielded if we can just try to make sure that we're hitting the guys that are big old dumb meat shields with 10k HP. I think we can get away with this without losing it. If not, then I should have got the Longbow Riders. Oh, it's a settlement battle. Alright, yeah, you know, the potential of them getting towers that could be hard to deal with is there. However, because of the choke points and our superior number of archers, we should be able to just walk right up into the middle. I keep on not checking what the battle is going to be like, and then I'm like trying to figure out how I think it's going to go. You worry more about the follow from the army in the sea. It's only got like a few units, but I guess it could be recruiting. But maybe if we take this, then it won't be able to recruit anymore. It's probably outside of the Skeggy one, though. Yeah, because this army already wasn't maxed on units, right? So we'll still have space for the ROR if it comes to it. Because I want to say we, like, definitely have enough ammo on the peasants to shoot up their entire army without trying that hard. And we also are going to have access to a bunch of wins. We don't want to just run through all of it and drain the province dry on a fight where we don't have to use the wins, however. But if we get like a really good cast, then we'll take it. I think most of these arcs are fine. Yeah, we're not really getting that inhibited by the stuff in the way. Because eventually this tower is just going to be free damage, you know, so we don't want to just sit here. But we can also sit here. Like, please shoot. Are you gonna shoot? Yeah, there we go. Shoot! Just like I wanted. And this tower is controlled by the central point. We're just gonna eat archery fire while we fight here. And this is a good time to drop an amazing, a huge, a great Searing Doom right on their heads. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Gotta love a good Searing Doom. Ain't nothing like it. Everybody knows that. And he is on his grind, doing his thing. We're gonna move up the next unit of spears, you know, just to let him know where it's at. These peasant archers want to shoot, and, you know, we're just gonna keep on moving in. We've got plenty of peasants, like, you might run out of bullets, but we're not going to run out of arrows. We're going to be fine. And he is being a hero. Oh, look at his big old hammer. Yeah, make Zuchu proud, my man. Saurus running. Pathetic. Of course, we got punchy peasants here with 40 melee damage weapons. Like, you know, that's a hard thing to tolerate. And we're gonna hit a huge drop. Nope, they're gonna try to evade. They're gonna get away somewhat. I'm like, this is gonna be a really good spell, and then they catch me on the wind up. Of course, they got like their cycle charging skinks going on. It doesn't feel great. Pretty soon we're going to be able to cast another one of these Searing Dooms, though, and hopefully that'll go well. But they are getting very beat up, and the balance of power is strongly against them at this point. I guess I had underestimated how much we were beaten up on their forces here. Oh, my guy is surrounded in the front. Not so good. These peasants would be better off running back and having more support to the front. This caster would be better off not having everybody drop on top of her. Big ol' hit, doing like 1,500 there. These peasant spears with like with so much leadership. Like I can't believe they're still here. They've lost 7,000 hit points and they have not broken. Like, what champions? We're gonna write home to the Empress about them and be like, hey, you are never gonna believe what these peasants did. I can't believe I'm about to start saying this, Moon Empress lady, but I think you should start paying them. And that's how I got fired as the administrator of Cathay. She was like, oh, you've been drinking the Warpstone tea. Pay them? Wonder why the guy keeps getting all these fights. Well, you know, on paper, maybe the game remembers how bad I am and just assumes that I'll play bad because I'm capable of playing bad. I think we're about to army loss them. Yep, there we go. You know, good stuff. We get a couple of peasants beat up. And, you know, this guy, you know, he somehow does basically no damage and took a lot of it. Well, I thought he was going to do better than that. Who got the damage? The archers? Of course the archers, you know. You only got to get some. Either Wild Down predicts the peasant spears or it overvalues lizardmen. I think it overvalues lizardmen. Because these peasant spears, these are not generic ones anymore, right? These have 40 armor. This is a 160 unit with 40 armor. Like, that's scary stuff. And they're not low leadership anymore either. Like, you saw that one fight until he was broken into dust. Like, this dude got 157 kills. No, that's probably after the mop-up. You know, that one doesn't count. But yeah, so decent value across there. And yeah, I mean, those spears were standing up against Saurus. Saurus in the middle of their controlled settlement. So with, like, bonuses to leadership and stuff. And they were just saying, like, stab, 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 let's go. 40 armor, it's real good. And, of course, they do have the plus 20 melee damage right now, but that's for the other faction too.
Enforce the dragon's will.
And we're gonna take this aura ability because, I mean, yeah, it's sort of his whole thing, right? You know, he's the guy. Earthing Rod is lame. I don't care. Alright, here, though, we get thing. We'll take the research rate again. Because now Mazda is thoroughly on the back foot. He's not going to be able to... Because that's like a forced march move to Hexy, so he's not even going to be able to siege it this turn. And moreover, that garrison plus... even this little lord here, I think would be quite capable of defending it in the auto-resolve. Luke, you say you generally have that issue with Fame Chaos, Corn in particular. Yeah, Chaos, it loves Corn in an auto-resolve. Or at least it feels that way to me a lot. Alright, so here we should just build this building. And then we'll be able to recruit decent stuff here. Because we got to build that somewhere, right? We've got to get crane gunners and, like, a unit of artillery so we can start doing sieges that aren't brainless. Because lizardman walls are really scary. And when we turn our attentions to the south here, we're going to have to start acting right. Speaking of scary, Gorok. Let's go home. We'll just go to ambush and back away. Because, look, this is actually... If we could just keep Gorok ping-ponging around and not fighting anyone, not leveling up, staying here at a measly level 18, pathetic, then, you know, that'll be pretty good. Ooh. Oh, I kind of love this. Why don't I read what's on these things? Maybe I read it before and I didn't think about it. Characters are immortal when we set that. So that would let us just be like, okay, it won't even matter if our little peasant armies get tuned up because our heroes are still getting experience, and then eventually they get there. Like in the late game, you have to take like a half of a stack. Yeah, you know, you've seen me play late game and how I usually just rely on my military allies to do everything for me except fight battles. But again, obviously I'm trying to do this one a little differently. Plus, the campaign forces you to. You know, if you're the administrator, you might as well roleplay a person who thinks about Total War while you play it, whether or not you are one. Alright, we can't change the compass here yet. Because the ritual is not unlocked. And I guess it's just like... I don't know. I guess it's just also you don't get attrition, which I can't imagine thinking that's very awesome, but... Because that actually seems really good. Construction time for all buildings, you know. All of these sort of seem better than this one, but Immortal Characters is really, really, really solid. The Imperial Administrator decides, no, I don't think I'll be Administrator. Exactly. He's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn into a dragon. I am going to cast my enemies before me, and if you have a problem with it, I'll be in my administrative chamber reading a book. Alright, so I guess we... Yeah, we'll just try this again one more time with feeling. Maybe we can get something chunked out of this army. Anything at all that we get will maybe help, or not. Still, we did more damage by not auto-resolving than we will by doing it, probably. And we have 3,000 defensive supplies. Have I been doing the Jade Iron buffs? No. No, I don't have any idea how they work, and I haven't done them. I looked at them and said, oh, those are good, and then I didn't do anything with them. So Mazda's coming up the short side of the battlefield there. Probably. Nope, he is split into 3 directions. Hooray! Alright, so... So they're just going to charge right in here and take this point, and we won't be able to stop them. Well, you know, we can shoot them while they try to do it. Because if they have to, like, mess around with the barricades, I don't even know how well they're going to do that. Alright, well, we'll just have to seed all of those. Because if this point is controlling all of these barricades, and it is... then this huge amount of defensive supplies we get at the beginning should be pretty handy, and we can just make a tower like right here. That does cannons, and yeah. They alternate between each other and give the buffs for they give the resource back. Okay, okay. So it's like a more of a harmonious thing there. I was just like, man, I don't even know if I want to spend 2 of these, but going back and forth. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, because he's got some that are really strong seeming, you know, that let you... Alright, so Mazda comes in here, and, you know, if he tries to charge in, we'll get more guys on it. Because here, like, the only way onto this platform is through one of these areas, and we've got platforms on all of them. And this place somehow actually controls the platforms that defend you from the central point, which so many places, like... Just do the worst. Oh, and there you go. There's the banishment on top of us. Absolutely killing everyone. Anyway, like I was saying, a nice, good defensive position. Let's get back on the platform, I guess, guys. Man, what a moron. You know, we'll probably just get eaten alive by banishments over and over. What are you gonna do, right? So this tower here is controlled by the center? Okay. Right. That makes sense. But importantly, these skinks are now charging in, so now it is time to play. Alright, I think, actually, yeah, we should just be able to shoot them. No, we're not shooting any of them at all. We are sitting here. Shoot Mazda. He's got regeneration, doesn't he? Shoot the Cold One Riders. Yeah, good stuff. Actually, you know, if they sit here and do this, we're going to be able to do a very, very significant amount of damage to this army. Because Mazda, he's got a barrier, plus he regens. We're not going to be able to take him down, and that means there's no point in trying to chip him down. Of course, they are now breaking through, which means we're going to need to have a bunch of support. We're going to drop these halberds right in the front. If nothing else, then to try to get trucking on Mazda, and then we're going to just move back like so. Oh, and then they cast a spell there and tuned me up on that end. We're just going to run the warriors in here. A banishment right there. We managed to not get hit by it, mostly. And actually, you know, we kind of are tuning up on Mazda a bit. I think that cannon tower is doing most of it, but let's get the Ancestral Warriors there. Let's get the Peasant Horsemen out. You know, they're not going to be able to hold up forever. Because, you know, if we do, like, a lot of damage to Mazda, a few thousand, that'll make the next battle we fight against him better. Maybe. Maybe this is bad. I don't know. We got 15 seconds on these warriors, so maybe we can make them count. Because if we, you know, he's not too far from getting downed if we can stay in this fight for a little while. Yeah, I think we might be able to get him. Those halberds are gone now, though. But if we just put the horsemen in here, because these spears, they're not going to break too soon. We got another unit of warriors in there. We've got these long spears on the wall. They're going to break pretty soon, though. All right, so we can send these back to make sure that the archer lines don't get compromised. Yeah, I think we can crack him. He's only got 3k more HP. At the very least, he'll break, and that'll shame him. You know, before his ancestors. We need these these peasant horsemen around him. Okay, he did the cold-blooded, which actually is probably going to help us, right? because that's going to boost his leadership, and that's going to stop him from being able to run away. I think we're going to get this kill. They're about to crack this thing here, but oh yeah. You know, what a good run. Killing a level 20 Mazdamundi, because that's a banishment that's not going to be dropping it like it's hot upon us. You know, this is awesome. This is perfect. I was talking too loud. It's 1:11 a.m. I'm talking too loud, guys. We don't have work tomorrow. I'm still talking too loud, though. Alright, so those guys are following up on Mazda. He's got 100 HP. We do not want him to stabilize and regenerate. He can't run away this way. I don't even know where he's going. You know, the pathing of the game is funny. But we're just going to keep on the Peasant Horseman here, and we'll get the down. And then we will turn the attention of our archers. This is actually an amazing, amazing hold. I mean, we're not winning, but this is very good. You know, doing this, I'm sort of kicking myself for all the times that I, you know, quit an auto-resolve that I was like, oh, we can't win, because, like, you know, maybe I could have gotten somewhere. Really weakened the foe, you know. We want all of the shooting at basically the same cold one every time. They've all got shields, but hey, you know. And there, the rear guard action happens just in time. Peasant Horsemen embroiled there. And now those Jade Warriors gonna be... We actually want to pull these around, because the front is still fine, right? Yeah, they've got fine leadership. Let's pull these spearmen back a bit. No, we want spears in the front. Of course we want spears in the front. These peasant archers almost out of ammo. So are these jade crossbows. Well, you know, it just goes to show what a successful thing. We've already wasted the trait slot on Yonbo. Like, we've got the trait on on too many generals already. It's a real shame. Look, I don't know if we'll max the traits on him in this campaign. It always sucks when you realize it's happened and you're like, wait. But I just killed Throg. I sure would like a big bonus first large. Like the first time you beat Queek and you don't get your bonus first infantry and you're like, oh, I see, you robbed me. But actually this is far better than I could have anticipated. This is a very defensible place for a minor settlement. Because giving you access to your barriers, plus a tower in the middle that is able, like, it's just a very strong position. Let's just use our entire quiver on your archers in a siege. Unthinkable, so good, so amazing. And we are really, really putting the hurt on. These Cold One Riders, I mean, they have 7 models left. They might just get wiped out too, in addition to the Mazdamundi. These have, like, we're doing good. This is good. Peasant archers with 44 weapon strength as well. That's funny. I forgot about how they would get stronger. From the brutal business. And of course, brutal business, that's the equalizer between peasant armies and non-peasant armies. That's how you change from doing okay to doing awesome. Low model count. You know, of course, the skinks are juiced too. Or is it over? Maybe brutal business is over for them, but not me. Yeah, maybe it's over for them and not me. That is very funny. Yep, that's what it is. Because their turn is different than my turn order. So it's over for them, and that is also why... Oh, that's super funny, yeah. So my guy's fighting with basically double weapon strength. I'm having fun with Sigvald. Yeah, you know, it's a hard knock life. Imagine you get to Isabella, she's somehow on the map. Somehow. And then you don't get regeneration. But that went amazing. 2k value there, 1k value there, 1300 there. You know who they were shooting. 1100 glorious value on this champion of a peasant. May his name be recorded in jade. And you know, look at that. 300 kills on Mazda, but we knock him out. And unfortunately not eliminating any of those units, but beating them up very, very badly. And honestly, an excellent defense. Like, really good. And Mazda's taken out, and that is itself a tremendous victory. Because he's got 10k HP. And just because my other army can deal with him better, look, banishment invariably deletes a unit. And I'd prefer to not have that happen. Alright, and because it's Warhammer, this guy's name is Gator. It's a Gator. Here's old Gator. Oh, I don't love that. Alright, so we got a Savage Orc invasion. That is a problem. We're going to deal with it after we deal with this problem, however. Yeah, we'll take the experience, I guess. Armor, silver, steel, which is gonna be excellent here. So this is 40 armor, which is big. That's a big chunk, right? It's approximately 40. That's gonna double his armor, rendering him, you know, quite stronger. I love heroes. I love wizards. I love spells like Chain Lightning that you drop vortexes and then they turn around, so it's not your fault if they don't hit. I like this campaign a lot. It's overpowered, and I appreciate that because I'm not very good. Oh, he gets Greater Arcane Conduit, which gives Spell Mastery as well. Yeah. Yonbo killing it there, and then we can move to ambush right here. Here, I'm like, man, can I beat this army with this one right now? I mean, maybe not. Maybe. I got a wizard and the general. It's a lot of savage orcs. So this guy's trying to hide in there. They've got little... Their ships are floaty pyramid ziggurat things, so that's pretty smart. Alright, I can still get my regiment here. Alright, they just have 8 people in this army, and they just got like a dude, so I bet we'll win the auto-resolve anyway, right? Yeah. And we deal with those fools there. Alright, and here we'll take... this. See if we can get like a nice trade agreement. Hey, there you go. You know, I don't know, maybe we don't want to, because it's him after all. If we get a non-aggression with Greasus, will that make him stop raiding our caravans? I mean, probably not. They are ogres. They would accept a peace treaty? Even while we're, like, defiling their pyramids? Oh, Hexy, he's really on the back foot. Yeah, I think Yanbo wouldn't quite be able to get there. Yeah, even with this army not blocking him. And now we move too far anyway. How well, you know, what are you going to do? We'll be here to sort of threaten Gator. He won't be able to do much here. We'll have that army to deal with as well, but... Alright, is there any, like, ammo to peasants that I've missed? I don't think so. That's ammo for the Jade Warriors. Pretty good. Huge casualty replenish. Stock for peasant archers, that's actually pretty nice. Yeah, we'll go towards the peasant triage. You know, I'm a believer in the peasants. Like, maybe we should just go here, and maybe it'll give us enough of an auto-resolve thing to where Gorok can just lose and we won't have to fight him. Alright, so here we'll just take the Searing Doom, you know, probably be fine, and we'll just... Yeah, one can... You know, look, it's... We'll have the halberd summon. We've got guys that shoot him even though it won't work because he's small. Regenerating 38. You know, he's gonna... He's such a monster. Makes me want to play as him. Maybe we'll keep bullying rock across the You know, if I just present a strong front, you know... Nope, well, there you go. Well, I'm already up too late. I'm not, like, tired, but I can't keep on talking. When we come back tomorrow, we'll try to do this fight and see if we can win it. You know, we'll see how it goes. Yep. I mean, I don't think we will. Obviously, I'm not unfamiliar with Gorok. I imagine I know how it'll go. But if we can get, like, if somehow we get a map with a very, very strong defensive position, and because we have 3,000 things, so if we can just get, like, a couple cannon towers and have them shoot them, then maybe on a long enough timeline it'll work. Is he unbreakable yet? I don't think so. Yeah, no, not yet. Yeah, maybe we could army loss him, and he'll just run through. Of course, after all, he's an anti-large fighter. Just 8, you know. Really, he's an anti-everything fighter. We'll just keep our, yeah, the Rogovitz, that's right. Because you got, like, when he pops that, he gets, you know, all resistance to melee attacks. Physical attacks. Never mind. Yeah, I know he has the ability. It's when he goes under 50% hit points, then he gets unbreakable. So we need to not get him low so that we can army loss him. Anyway, we'll see how that works. Look, the campaign had been going good. It can't go perfect forever. Even if we lose this stuff, these provinces were an important buffer, but they weren't like... Exactly, he does Zevlor Crook. Even if we lose this, this is a buffer between our economic powerhouse to the north and our enemies to the south. So we'll be able to mop up Mazdamundi, put a holding thing up there in Hexoatl to deter Marathi, and then turn our attention entirely to south. So really, this is going about as good as it could. It would go better if we could win, but I don't have time for all that today. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Luke, it was so good to see you and talk with you, as always. I don't know if I've said it as such, but it was a great day for me when you popped up into that stream, and it's always enjoyable to have you here while I'm hanging around and talking Total War. Just wanted to tell you that. But anyway, good night. I'll be off work the next couple days, so I'll certainly be streaming around, and perhaps I'll see you there. To anyone watching in the future, I hope the weather's nice. And that's all I've got for you right now. I should be back around in 7 or 8 or 9 hours. But goodbye, everyone.